Alright, I read the rules this time. Promise. Alright, so picking up where we left off last time, I've actually stopped, looked at the mechanics and everything else so that I know a bit more what to talk about. And yeah, the game flow looks like it's going to be fun. Looking forward to trying later. I did pre-unsleeve all of the plastic from the Precons. One thing I'm going to give this, their packaging right now, incredible. The box that this is in, it's compact. It doesn't feel bad, like on the quality or anything. Oh, that's even prettier than the last one. I like that. This is the Thunder die. That looks nice. I say that as I go into that part. But yeah, as was just shown, the packaging quality, very, very A+, in my opinion. Alright, let's get into the Thunder Elestrals Precon. So we have Imperial. This costs 3 spirit. Now, having actually read how it works, we'll get to that in just a moment. This Imperial gets +1 power or strength for each thunder in your spirit deck, so the ones that are remaining. You can expend, so you can remove a spirit, a thunder from your spirit, in order to target and destroy a card. So this is just a generic, it can destroy a rune, or it can destroy an Elestral. Oh, that's, the art for it is really nice. But just look at it, Quackly, that is adorable. Adorable. So this is your 1 cost, so this will cost you 1 spirit to play out. When you cast this Quackly, you can remove up to 3 Thunder Spirits. Oh, I'm sorry, you can return up to 3 Thunder Spirits from your underworld to your spirit deck. That's good. Okay, so you got resource recycling with Quackly. And you get the full 3 sets. It is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card count. Cygentric. You can reveal up to 12 Thunder from your spirit deck in order to special ascend this Cygentric to Imperial from your hand or deck. Okay. That's, so you want to play this guy in like just a dedicated Thunder deck. That's really cool though. Watching, so you can just, boom, we're gonna a special summon, essentially. Toxion. When this Toxion receives 1 or more spirits, your opponent must expend wind. No, that's generic. Okay, so when it receives 1 or more Thunder Spirit, your opponent must expend wind. So this is resource taxing. So this is kind of like direct damage. So Thunder might be the burn deck then. Looks like it's next stage. Galvenom, which I can showcase this real quick. So if you got this little dude out, you've already got its energy in. I'm not sure if you can enchant taking another energy and doing that the same turn, since you can only use 1. But then you can go boom to ascend to the next one. Anyways, you can expend 3 Thunder in order to target and destroy up to 2 cards. Okay, so yeah, you got some removal. I'm not sure if you'd want to get rid of him though, if it's constant direct damage. Raycross. As long as this Raycross is enchanted, Elestrals cannot attack the turn they are cast unless they are a Thunder enchanted. Alright, alright. So there is no summoning sickness, there is no can't attack the turn that it comes in, or can't just, yeah, things like that. It does have the Yu-Gi-Oh kind of battle mechanic. Spark hit. You can Nexus up to 2 Thunder, so you can move 2 Thunder from your runes or other Elestrals. When you do, you can look at an opponent's hand and discard a card from it. Okay, so you got hand control with this. I need to double check with the Nexus ruling and everything to see if this means that you move it from here or if you can move it anywhere. Because I mean, this combination is already looking real nasty. Like, yeah, let me just burn you. Let me burn you and play some hand control too. Oh, we got another Astrabit. When this Astrabit receives 1 or more Thunder Spirit, you can look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then add 1 of them to your hand and shuffle the rest into your... Yeah. So, I mean, that's from having it moved on there. That's from having it enchanted. Then we got Jolton, another 1 cost. So this, yeah, this one is like super low to the ground. This might be your quicker, more aggressive deck, which makes sense for Thunder. When you normal cast this Jolton, you can search your deck for a Stadium rune and add it to your hand. Stadiums are just like field spells or stadium cards in Pokemon. We got Boombat again. You can disenchant a Thunder Spirit from this Boombat in order to target and destroy an opponent's Celestial. Okay, so we're going into what looks to be Earth with the Thunder then. Spinfy. Spinfy. When this Spinfy is destroyed in battle, you can cast it as an artifact equipment. The Celestial that destroyed it, empowering the Celestial that destroyed it, with the effect, the empowered Celestial has 0 base power. Okay, so it's just like, you gonna hit me, I'm gonna make it hurt. Then we got some fire with a War Might. You can target an opponent's Celestial and give it -4 power until the end of the turn. Alright, that seems pretty good. 2 of those. We got our Pot of Greed. Again, I'm assuming this is restricted to 1. So 2 of any spirit. Just draw 2 cards. Maybe it's not restricted to 1. 2 of them in here. And then the Ambrosia again to return any. Just return any spirit to your spirit deck. That makes a lot more sense now. Circle the Sky. Nexus up to 2 of any. If you do, you can draw a card. Zeus. Zeus is a rune. Which rune precisely is he? One moment. Zeus is a divine rune. That makes perfect sense. You can cast this Zeus, or when you cast this Zeus, you can enchant up to 3 thunder to it. You can disenchant 3 from this Zeus in order to target an opponent's Celestial and give it -3, -3 until the end of turn. So that's just removal. Or combat tricks. There's 2 of them. Mount Olympus, which is a stadium one. Mount Olympus has Elestrals get +1 power, +1 shield for each thunder, enchanting them. And there's 2 Olympus here. Thunderbolt of Zeus. This is a artifact. The empowered Celestial gets +2 power. When the empowered Celestial destroys an opponent's Celestial in battle, that opponent must expend any other spirit. If Zeus is enchanted, that opponent must expend 2 instead. Oh yeah, this is your beatdown deck right here. So if you like those quick aggro decks, play the Thunder one. A Thunderstorm target and destroy a rune. 2 of those. And then there's an Earthquake to pop an Elestral. And Elestral, it doesn't even care what level or anything. Shield of Achilles. This is a Invoke. No, that's not an Invoke. Some of these have been Invokes. This is a counter rune. Okay. The Shield of Achilles can only be cast after an opponent's Celestial declares an attack. Expend any spirit equal to the Elestral's enchantment cost in order to negate that attack and return that Elestral to their hand. Okay, so this is balanced. You gotta give up some stuff. Yeah, you have to lose some stuff, but that's that can be a tempo play for sure. That seems pretty good. Tempo play, balance, slows them down. Pandora's Box. This Pandora's Box can only be cast when an opponent activates an effect that searches for or casts a card from their deck. Negate that effect, and that opponent must send the top 2 cards from their deck to the underworld. Oh, so this is a mill card. Okay, so that's the main deck right there. That's our 40 card main. Exactly 40. And then we have the Spirit decks, which is always going to be a 20. So we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 Zapdors. And again, that is just so adorable. And then Terratlus is the Earth Spirit. There's 1, 2, 3 of those. And then 2 of the Fire Spirit Vipyro. That is just so cute. Little fire snaky. But now, since we're doing these in order, we're going into the water precon. I'm liking so far what I'm seeing. Oh, we're just gonna rip the entire thing now. Anyways, I'm liking what I'm seeing of this game. The play styles are definitely already thought out. Let's take a look at the die first. Solid blue, very pretty, very pretty. I still like the Thunder one more though, that dual color. So if the red is dual color as well, that'd be nice. Already having very clear play styles for each of the things that you want to do is very nice right out the gate. Oh, come on, there we go. So if I had to go with a guess then, blue, the water one might be like healing? Maybe the earth is that? Let's find out. So our big boy is the Majesty. Let's get a look at that little guy. Dogs be dogs, right? So Majesty. This Majesty gets +1 power for each enchanting water on your field. Okay, so this is just, it's getting buffs for everything. Water enchanted Elestrals cannot be targeted by an opponent's Elestrals effect. Okay. So this is your help everybody out kind of color. Sluggy. Oh, that is, look at that. It's like a little slug puppy. When you cast this Sluggy, you can return up to 3 water from your underworld to your spirit deck. Yeah, these, I've seen these for each of them. These seem to be like, these are going to be key cards for any of your decks. Globby. During your main phase, you can special ascend this Globby to Majesty from your hand or deck if its enchant is 3 water. So we got 2 of those. Smoltuga. When you normal cast the Smoltuga, you can search your deck for an Elestral with enchant cost. Is that 1 fire? Yeah, 1 fire, and add it to your hand. Enchant. Huh. As a Izzet fan, I am very in favor of the red-blue synergy already. Krakatuga. Oh, this is hybrid. Ooh, this might be the one I check out then. You can expend double fire to force an opponent to expend 3 of any. When a player casts Eruption, you can target and destroy a card. When a player casts Eruption, so that's, I'm assuming, a card, and doesn't matter if you cast it or if your opponent does. We got 2 of that bad boy. We got to get 1 more of him. Foamy. When this Foamy is destroyed in battle, you can special cast an Elestral with enchantment cost 1 blue from your deck in defense position. Okay. and Pharaohs. You can Nexus up to 2 water. When you do, you can draw a card for each water that a card receives this way. Alright, so we got more card draw. I'm always liking the card draw. And now I'm thinking about it real quick as well. We've got the power, we've got the toughness. It is very much like Yu-Gi-Oh! And other games. If they equal when they battle, they will take each other out. So if this goes up against a 3-1, for example, it would trade. But even if you trade in battle, the one with more spirits on it would win. Your opponent would trash spirit from their deck, or expend, as it were. Equal to the difference. It's a very cool mechanic. Mechanically, how to do your win system. Anyways, Oystress. When this Oystress gets +1 shield for each enchanting water on the field. So yeah, this is just your big wall. Mustachian. You can expend water in order to swap this Mustachian's power and power and defense until the end phase. This effect can also be activated when an opponent's normal cast an Elestral. Okay. So you can go whoop, and then whoop. Galaxy. As long as this Galaxy is enchanted, swap each water enchanted Elestrals power and toughness. Okay. Oh, okay. So you can, boom, get. This is your kind of combo go in style. War Might. We've seen this one from the last deck. You can target an opponent's Celestial and give it -4. That seems really good for this. Aquarius. This is a wind one. You can normal cast this or when you normally cast this Aquarius, you can search your deck for an Elestral with enchantment cost water and add it to your hand. Okay, so these two are just all kind of playing together. We got our Nectar of the Gods again, our Invoke rune to pay 2 of any, draw 2 cards. I believe runes are the only one that can be used with exceeding the 1 cost. Anyways, Ambrosia to get Spirit back, pay 1, get 3 back, seems pretty decent to me. Circle the Sky again to Nexus, move power or spirits around and draw a card. And then we got Poseidon. Hey, that's actually Poseidon looking pretty clean. Anyways, Poseidon. When you cast this Poseidon, you can enchant up to 3 water to it. You can Nexus 1 water from this Poseidon. And this is a Divine. And then we have the Stadium Atlantis, which is for each of the water enchanting them, they get 1 power, 1 toughness, 1 defense. There's 2 of the Atlantis. And then we have the artifacts Trident of Poseidon. The Empowered Celestial gets +2 power and can't be targeted by counter runes. As long as Poseidon is enchanting opponents. Oh, as long as Poseidon is enchanted, opponents cannot cast counter runes. Wow, okay, so it's just like a lockout. Alright, nice. And then we got Tsunami again. Change all Elestrals to defense position unless they are water enchanted. There's the Eruption card now. An opponent must expend 3 of any spirit. If they control a fire enchanted Elestral, they must expend 1 instead. So if they have a fire, they only take 1 damage. But if they have no fires in play, they take 3. Tornado, target an opponent's rune and return it to the hand, just bounce for 1. Shield of Achilles again, the counter rune for 1. The Shield of Achilles can only be cast after an opponent's Celestial clears an attack. Expend 1 equal to the Elestral's enchantment cost in order to negate the attack and return the Elestral to their hands. So just your bounce. And then we get to go into the water side again. We got the Leviathan, just a cute little dolphin guy. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Leviathans. Let it be, give it hexproof. Eruption returns for some burn. And then Earthquake returns from Sir Destruction. Alright, so we got a new counter rune. Gorgon's Gaze. Target an Elestral until the end phase. That Elestral's effect is negated and cannot receive enchantments, attack, nexus, or ascend. Whew. That's a good stun card. Tsunami is back to tap things down, and then we go into our spirits with Vipyro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of the little guy. And then we got our Leviathan, 2, 4, 5, and then 3 of Turtalis. Yes, I did rebox it between the 2 videos while it was rendering and everything. Alright. And our die, as I drop it, that is a pretty green. Kind of goes from like a grass to a mossy. That is nice. And then, of course, the ever-present tough as nails. Honestly, it's a good practice to have just good packaging. Speaking of that, I mean, like, I haven't talked about the card stock at all. The card stock is pretty standard. It doesn't look like it's got any warping going on, which is common for some games now with foiling. So that looks nice. The stock feels fine. It's not too heavy, it's not too light. And size-wise, here's a Digimon card. Here is a Elestrals card. So this looks to be standard size, which would make sense with A-Drive, one of the creators again, being very prominent within the Pokemon sphere. Anyways, let's get into it with the big boy, Centaur. So he's your 3-cost green Elestral, your Earth Elestral, as it were. You can disenchant Earth from this Centaur in order to target and destroy a card. As long as Folio Forest is enchanted, this Centaur board cannot be targeted by invoke runes. Okay. So this is removal, can't be targeted. It's a big boy. Spriter. When you normal cast this Spriter, you can search your deck for an artifact and add it to your hand. Alright, so we're seeing some artifact synergies. It's probably got some red in it, then I'm gonna guess. Timber. When this Timber is empowered, buy your artifact and destroys an Elestral in battle. You can nexus the spirits from that artifact to this Centaur. I'm sorry. It's Timber. And special ascend it to Centaur from your deck. Okay, so boom. Oh, yep. This is how you get your guy big and out quick. Spin fee is back to make things attack a 0. We got a Spinosect. This is a Earth-Wind hybrid. The Spinosect can attack in defense position. If it does, it uses its defense per calculation. Whoo! Can see some good lock combos going on with this guy. Giraflora. When you normal cast this Giraflora, you can return an Elestral with an enchantment cost of Earth from your underworld to your hand. So it's a regrowth. Like that. Equal links. You can Nexus 2 when you do. Alright, this is 2 Earth, by the way. When you do, you can target and destroy a rune. So this is just your artifact removal, your equipment removal, your spell removal, your different things. Like continuous spells, your continuous traps, whatever game you're playing. Tectorus. This Tectorus gets +1 for each enchanting Earth on the field. So we're seeing a common thing with a lot of these. They have one for the colors that get bigger. They are doing very specific things, which I'm loving to see, but they've also got synergy with different play styles within their own things and other colors. Rummagem. When you normal cast this Rummagem, you can search your deck for an Elestral with enchantment cost of 1 green and add it to your hand. P-Gust is back. And I say green, but it's Earth. When this P-Gust receives 1 or more wind, you can target and destroy a rune, so we got some more rune removal. Aramare is back from the wind deck. When you ascend this Aramare, you can cast... When you ascend this Aramare, you can cast it as an artifact empowering the Ascension. With the effect, the powered Elestral cannot be targeted or destroyed by an opponent's Elestral effect. Ascension is basically like Evolution, except that you give up the spot. So it's kind of using the resources under it to go into something bigger, and it does not stick around. Kind of like calling over in Vanguard. And a Boombat makes a return. You can disenchant Thunder from this Boombat in order to target and destroy an opponent's Celestial. And since it's a 1 cost, it's pretty much a 1-for-1. Just like, hey, let's just let me just get rid of this guy real quick. I can see that being really good, especially since it does not have a requirement. As long as you can target it, you're popping it, and a 1-cost removal. Yeah. Nectar of the Gods, because Pot of Greed, what does it do? And then only 1 Ambrosia in this one. I will be looking into the restriction list if there is one yet. Because Ambrosia seems really good to have at 3. Pot of Greed, the Nectar of the Gods at 3. Like, yeah, let me draw some cards, even if I'm spending sources. Circle the Sky makes a comeback, where you can Nexus to draw a card, and I'm seeing some decks really want to have more things on it, so that's key card. Demeter is our Earth Divine. When you cast Demeter, you can enchant up to 3 Earth Spirit to it. You can disenchant 1 Earth from this Demeter in order to give +3/+3 to an Elestral into the end phase. We got 2 of her. Folio Force, this is the stadium that the big boy mentioned. So let's see what the synergy is. Elestrals get +1/+1 for each Earth enchanting them. You can disenchant, as long as Folio Force is enchanted, this Centaur cannot be targeted by an Invoke rune. So you enchant the forest and you get to keep your big guy untargetable. I like that. That was our stadium. Scythe of Demeter is our artifact in here. Generic ones, we've seen some mostly Invoke. Yeah, those are all Invoke on the generic ones like your Pot of Greed, your Regrowth. Anyway, Scythe of Demeter. The Empowered Elestral gets +2/+3. When the Empowered Elestral destroys an Elestral in battle, you can return Earth Spirit from your Underworld to your Spirit deck. If Demeter is enchanted, you can return 2 instead. Oh, I'm seeing a nice little combo with your dude that attacks from defense. You make him big, you just start cycling all your stuff back in. Oh, that's gonna be fun. And then we got Earthquake again, we've got Tornado again, to destroy an Elestral, to return a rune to hand. We've got Thunderstorm again to return, or to destroy a rune. And now we got a new counter. 2 new ones in a row. Poison Tipped Arrow. The Poison Tipped Arrow can only be cast when an opponent casts an Elestral. Target it and give it -2 power until the end phase. During this turn's end phase, you can expend one of any spirit equal to its enchantment cost in order to destroy it. So you can go, hey, you're either not going to be doing a big swing, or your swing is not going to be as big as it was, or it's just removal for when you need it. And now we're going to go into our spirit deck for here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Tarantulas, which means that we've got 5 Lycris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, and then 3 Zaptor. So that's been a common theme amongst them, is the 12, 5, 3 for the structures that are running the 3 colors and everything. But yeah, this game looks like a lot of fun. If you like the video, drop a like, drop a comment if you're looking forward to the game, if something caught your interest with it. If you dislike it, and leave a comment where I can improve. I'm always up for that. We'll see you in the next one, where we will be opening the big boy. Take care.